Hey bro fans, this is Todd, and today we are going to finally make that pinless Lion-O that has been driving me crazy since Mattel first released it. So with that, let me go ahead and go to my channel and open the video so I can see your guys' comments. And if you're here, go ahead and sound off so I know who's here and who's not. Alright, so you've probably seen a live video earlier I made, or not a live one, but one that shows this clip playing in the background. So here's my background video that I'm going to have playing in the background, and that was the video I just made a short while ago. So, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room! Mattel gave us a Lion-O figure a long time ago that had pinholes. You know what, let's just pull that figure out so we can talk. Okay, come here, Lion-O. There's one Lion-O. No! Okay. There's a bunch of Lion-Os. There we go. So, Mattel gave us a really cool Lion-O, which was completely awesome, and I loved it because it looked just like my classics figures. I'm going to turn this music down. I don't know how it's going to affect the video, so I'll just turn that all the way down. There we go. And here's the Mattel version. And as you can see, it is just like classics, which is what I totally loved about it. Now, people did complain that it wasn't animated looking, but not right away. Everyone loved it at first, but just recently. So then Super7 took over, and they gave us a Lion-O just like it. Dun-dun-dun! Lion-O just like it. And it wasn't quite exactly the same. It had a few other differences, but very, very, very close. Not exactly same quality, but pretty close. Then they started giving us new Lion-Os, like this one right here that changes color in the sun, and all of a sudden, no more pinholes. I'm like, oh, no more pinholes? That is awesome. I want a Lion-O with no pinholes. And so this guy, granted, I stick him in the sun and bake him, he will turn into the Lion-O that is almost the right color without pins. But, you know, he doesn't work in black light. I don't know what kind of lamp to use to change it, so I'm kind of stuck. And they gave us this mirror Lion-O. Mirror Lion-O, also again, no pinholes. And they also gave us, where is that Lion-O? Here he is, the toy version Lion-O, which is just the same Lion-O with a different paint sculpt. Hey, Toys with Tom Gone By, thanks for joining us. I gotta get this open. And I grabbed this Lion-O hoping to use him to change out the limbs to get pinless ones. But his coloring is so different, you just can't take and grab him and swap out the colors, or swap out the limbs. It's not going to work. So, there you go. So when the mirror one came out, I thought, okay, I could just do a quick swap on them, be done. I made a video about it already once. I bought all the figures from Amazon, had it all ready to go, and when I disconnected the bicep, I found out it's a whole different mechanism. In fact, this bicep has a little bump that comes down, and then it from that point it connects the bicep and comes on down, and then hooks on here. But this one here, the bicep is like a tube, and it actually connects all the way in one piece, all the way up to here. So you just can't pull the bicep. You have to pull it at the shoulder. Now, to pull it at the shoulder, there's a couple ways to do it. One way is we could very carefully just cut into the shoulder and separate out the piece like that, and then re-glue it back in place. And I've done that before, and it's been successful, and I'm still thinking I might do that. The second way is to take and break open the torso and then swap out at the shoulder. So I haven't decided which way I'm going to go yet. I'm still debating in my head, even right now as we're doing this. It all depends on how easy I can get into that axis and cut it at the top of the shoulder. But we'll see. The legs will be easy. Just a pop here, hopefully, and swap them out. So that should be pretty good. So anyway, there we go. So I bought 2 figures. Now they did give us this Lion-O with no pinholes, but I don't like this Lion-O. I really want the other one. And they did give us a version 2 Lion-O called version 2. This is version 2 right here, but version 2 still has the pinholes. And I can't believe they released a version 2 and left the pinholes. It's like, come on, Super7. You gave us a version 2. You should have at least fixed those pinholes in the second version you gave us. All right, so now we know the storyline. Let's see who's here. I may get that Super7 Deluxe Lion-O. No! No! He's awful, man. I know people say they like him, and I did a whole thing showing all the different shots from the cartoon. And yes, he does match the cartoon in style and everything, but to me, he just looks horrible. It doesn't need to match the cartoon exactly. I mean, not really, not really. When we're playing figures, they can be more, detailed than the cartoon. The cartoon we know is purposely not detailed to make all the different frames. So like not having all the hairs on his head, why? You know, it just looks so much cooler when you actually have all the details on there. Anyway, I will stop complaining, maybe, for now. And let's go ahead and let's start this process. Let me first move the Mattel one away so I don't accidentally ruin the Mattel one. I don't want to damage the Mattel one. Ooh, nice Mattel figure. And so let me go and start stacking these away. And I am probably going to leave these ones in the box for now as my backups. And if things don't, and then I'll open them later on to replace my figure that I have destroyed. So we're going to take these 2 right here. You know what? Let me take a look here. Yeah, we're going to use these 2 here. This is the version 1 of the Mattel Thundercat. This is version 2. I don't see a lot of differences in them. The sword's a little different. That's about it. Okay. Let's make this happen. Let me go ahead and move these 2 aside too. What is going on with this? That's a weird grin on his face. Yes, it is. Angry. He needs a Snickers bar. That's his problem. All right, so I have my hot water here. Now, before we get going, I am going to bring up a tray. Ooh, it's getting warm. I'm going to bring up a tray to protect my cool sand stuff. Because all this is spray paint on cork is all that is, so it's not super strong. It's super fragilistic. All right, I got all my tools, got my Dremel tool, got a whole bunch of screwdrivers, got a separating tool. You know what I need? I need something sharp. I was going to use an X-Acto knife, but I have some scissors that work really good, so we can experiment a little bit. A little bit of experimentation. You guys can look at those figures while I go grab my scissors. I'll be right back. Alright, it's been so long since I used these scissors, I forgot which ones were sharp, which ones were dull. So I just grabbed a bunch. Got a hunch? Grab a bunch. And we'll just set those right there. I did grab another screwdriver too in case we need it. And so I'm going to experiment with the red one first, because if I want to destroy one, it's going to be the red one. He's on clearance and sale. I don't want to destroy the cool blue one in case things go wrong. So let's first show the issue I was talking about with the biceps. So let's go ahead and get him in there and dunked into the hot water. It's time for a bath, kitty cat. Meow. Let's go ahead and stick the cat in the bath. Do-do-do-do. All right, there you go, Lion-O. Lion-O. Let's look at your guys' comments while he's soaking. What are we doing, Charles? We are going to create a pinless Lion-O. So we're going to take the parts from the red guy and put them onto the blue guy, and hopefully it should work. I already know the bicep's not the same, so we're going to have to actually do the change at the shoulder, which is going to be quite the task. So let's go ahead and see how this is going along. All right. Oh, he is dripping. See, that's why I didn't want to do it over my paint. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dun, 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 dun. Let me check something out here. There's something I'm missing. My memory is faulty. I have a faulty memory. Maybe I can just shortcut cheat this. Let's see what we got going on here underneath these biceps. I could have sworn that his biceps were just hollow tubes. This might work easier than I thought. Wouldn't that be funny if I just swap them out after all this time? After all this time! Not hot enough. Too excited. I gotta calm down and wait. Calm down, hero! Let's see. He looks like Orger Yellow Nerds in Revenge of the Nerds movie. Yes. Hey, while you guys are waiting, we can watch my background pictures. Oh, let's take a look here. The legs are shorter on the red and the blue because the long connections in the hips will make the blue noticeably shorter than all the other Thundercats. Oh, we'll have to check that out and see. All right, here we go. Let's pull off his arms. Okay. Oh yeah, the pins are quite a bit different on those. But let's just grab a pinless arm and toss it on there and just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. And we'll see if we have to Dremel things out or change or alter. And how much we have to alter. Oh yeah, it's going to take a lot of altering. Okay, so I have choices here. I have choices. I can either make the pin shorter, or I can make the inside of the bicep bigger. You know what? I'm going to make the bicep hole bigger. So we're going to Dremel that out. We're going to make it fit. We're going to make it fit! But before we get too far into this, let's make sure the legs are going to work as well. So let's first take off the boots. Das Boot! And we're getting the boots off. Let's prepare our Dremel tool for operation. Operation. What do I want out of here? Unfortunately, I broke one of my favorite bits the other day. I do have one just like it, though. There it is. That's one of my favorite bits right there. One always does me good. And this one right here is a great one too, but it got covered in plastic that melted on there. I don't even know if I can even get that off without breaking the stone. Don't break the stone. Oh, the stone is breaking instead of the plastic. No. Oh, I broke the stone. Well, I happen to have another one right here that's unbroken and unused. We'll use that one. And Let's see what we got going on here for boot structure. Boot structure. Now, if I don't get the knees changed out, it's not quite as bad. I can live with that, but I would rather have a full on new everything. Urgh. Urgh. My water's getting cold, I can tell already. Because Duncan always figures in there. Oh. It looks like it might be the same. All right. So we are going to start with this one here. Oh, Everlost says the boots will work. Hooray! I think the new 5.5 Thundercats are ridiculous, being they didn't give them any elbow articulation or knee articulation to match the origins, and going all the way back to the 80s toys. It's just as bad as those other ones we had for a short while. I don't have any sitting out here to show you, but we had somebody else make some figures. I think it was Epic World. I don't know what they're called. Now I'm just guessing. And they were Nick Sergut. All right, let's see if I can get the thighs off. Thunder, thunder, thunder thighs. Yeah, I have to reheat the water. Yeah, the water's just not warm enough anymore because I kept dunking them in here. And so let me go do a quick change. I'll be right back. You guys can see my pile of mess over here. Look at that. Oh, you missed it. There was Roger Sweet there. Ah, burnt my fingers. All right, I'm coming with more hot water, and I got some more hot water going just in case we need it. So let's go ahead and get this going again. Blue legs first. Boop. And we'll toss in the red legs too. All right, let's check out your guys' comments. Let's see. Oh, Funko, that's it. Savage World. Thank you so much, Everlost. You were correct. Yeah. And those went on clearance for a while. They were just bad, bad, bad. Yep, so Nick Sergut with a Savage World. And they did the exact same thing with Super7 now. Are still 5.5-inch unarticulated, but to limited articulation figures, which were cool in the 80s, don't get me wrong, but we're talking 2024. We want figures that are more articulated than just the 5 points or 6 points of articulation. All right. Since water's hotter, it should hopefully have propagated all the way through now. Hooray. Hooray. Hot, 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 hot. Some like it hot, hot, hot. Okay, let's see his legs if they match or not. I'll set these over here so I don't throw the same old ones back on. Yes, I too wish Super 7 to go back to Masters of the Universe Ultimates. They look very similar. Fit. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, I got the wrong leg on the wrong side. Yep, they go up a little bit higher. They could chunk in there a little bit deeper. That's funny. I guess I could make the mirror lion back to that way I still have a usable figure of some sorts. Mirror lion with pinholes. Look at the difference. That is funny. He is going to be just a little bit shorter. So you could line up the knee. Wow, it's like almost a ½ inch. Short lion-o. I don't even think about the leg pins. I may have to find and create a piece that goes in between here to make the legs a little bit longer. A little bit longer now. Okay, let's stick those boots on. And let's get to work on these forearms now. Or these biceps. Let's Dremel them out. Let's Dremel them out. Oh yeah, I got a long ways to go. And a short time to get there. Oh, my iPad's running out of power too. Yes, Moto Classics with pinless joints would be a dream come true. Whoops, guess I'm out of camera. Sorry about that, you guys. What I'm trying to do is heat it up so that when I stick it on, it will just be melted in place. That is the plan. That is the plan, Stan. Oh, gotta go a little deeper. Sliding in the hole. Whew! Hot, hot, hot. Nope. Right there. Right there. Now I'm supposed to use the wrench, but I'm just going to use my pliers. What the heck? That should be nice and tight. That is hot. I can feel the heat. Now I'm noticing the color is quite a bit different between these two. It looked close before, but now I can see it's quite a bit different. Let's see if this fits now. Okay, I see a problem. I am running into the pin on the other side. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, now I know I should have done the shoulder swap out instead. That's a bummer. But at least now I know. So let's see how easy that would have been. Once I have the red body still here. And I have another red figure over there that I got on clearance. So luckily we're only destroying the red figure. Let's see how easy it is to cut that shoulder off. Because the pin alteration is not going to work. Which is a bummer. That would have been cool. Now I'm finding out the legs aren't working too well either. Maybe I should have just painted it blue. Alright. Let's try this again, shall we? Where are my tongs? Where are the tongs of power? There they are. Might as well grab the boots while we're at it. Well, the good thing is Lionel will now be shorter than Panthro. But it's funny, I always figured Lionel was taller than He-Man because the toy was. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Ooh, hot, hot. Can I get in there to cut that? Yes, I can. So where are my scissors of power? So what I'm going to do is just jam the scissors right up here. Jam on it. And once I get them jammed in there, I'm just going to cut that little pin that holds the shoulder on. I don't think I got it hot enough. Now, I've seen guys use X-Acto knives doing this too. That's a good way to do it as well. And that can work just as well as using the scissors to pry this open and get in there. Let's see here. Did I get it all the way through? I did. Look at that. So you can see now it's totally separated. Now I'll just take and heat that right up. Zoop. Yes, it does look like it's going to use the new deluxe body. I really was hoping it would be the same as the red body. I was kind of disappointed in that. All right. Let's get that out of there. Let's get that shoulder out of there. I used to always cut it from the top, so I've never tried it from the bottom before, so this is a little bit different for me to cut it from the bottom. We shall see how this works. Oh, almost got it. Almost got it out of there. My water's cooling down fast again. Huh. So close, but no cigar. Now, a friend of mine was really good at doing this. He was able to cut the shoulder pins in such a way that it was actually in the middle. He would stretch it somehow and get it in the middle of the build instead of having it on one end or the other. So he was, there we go. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. And now what I'll do is when I put it into the next figure, I'll just take and hold it, glue it while it's hot, and then you have that shoulder replacement. But the question is, do I want to destroy this figure now? So now is the moment of truth. Is the hole going to be the same size in the old figure? Bum, bum, bum. Why is one blue and one red? This is the mirror version from an episode. And the red one doesn't have the pins. But I'm really thinking, do I really want to do this? Because one, the legs don't close anymore because of the height that go in there. So I'm thinking I am just stuck not having a pinless one. I know, kind of disappointing. I just don't want to destroy this figure just to have the pinless. Yeah, I want to put him back. Oh, failure number 2. Yep. Just put him back, Todd. Well, at least you guys got to tune in and see my thought process and one of my failures, basically, because I chose not to do the final changes on it. But at least you got some ideas. So this is how you swap out the shoulders of all the figures the easy way, or do a figure swap. And again, when you put this on, you're just going to take a dab of super glue. I like to use this glue right here, the Ultra Gel. Then once you glue it, you're going to take and keep moving it until it's dry while you're squeezing it with all your might. And then eventually it will harden back on there. And then once it does and the outside's dry on the inside, then just put a clamp on it and keep it in place till the next day. But I am totally bummed. I really thought it would work better, but this is killing me with the legs being a different height. That is just not going to work in the final figure. Mattel, please just make us not Mattel, Super7, just make us a blue pinless version. That's not the deluxe. The red one is Mumra pretending to be Lion-O from the final episode. There was a red toy version in the vintage that was on the box art and rare. Nice. Yeah, in retrospect, I guess I should have swapped out the loincloth with the blue one and just painted it. Painted it blue. Like they say, hindsight's always 20/20. I feel like such a disappointment. But the good thing is I did not destroy my version 1 of my Lion-O. That is key. I will just live with the pinholes until Super7, which she'll never do. It will never happen. I mean, I guess all my He-Man figures all have pinholes anyway. And now for the boots. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for joining me on this journey that was a failure. But at least we tried. And I am still so very disappointed. Eric says, do you like everything I send you on Instagram Messenger? I like about 85% of the stuff you send me, Eric. Once in a while, I'm like, what? What is this? What is he trying to send me? But that's okay. If I liked 100%, that'd be kind of weird. So I'm sure that everyone feels the same way. Even when I post stuff, I'm sure it's not 100%. So there we go. Here's how you put your Lion-O back to normal. No. Oh. All right. You could probably hear the disappointment and frustration in my voice. Yes, knowing was half the battle. Unfortunately, I have failed. Yes, and I have destroyed my Mirrorverse version to the point of it would take a lot to reconstruct the bicep to fit back into the pin. I suppose I could put somebody else's arm on him, some giant mechanical arm or something. That'd be kind of cool. Look how long his neck peg is on there. Does his head go like extra high up inside? Look at the difference. So even if I was to swap it and put the other head on there, it would be riding super high. So even if I wanted to use the other head, I mean, look at the difference how deep that one goes in comparison. They change so much between the red and the blue. It's like he has no neck. I've lost my neck. All right. There we go. Back to normal. Back to old Blase with the giant pinholes. Yep. Good journey, you guys. Thanks for joining me. Sorry for the bogus video, but at least maybe you learned something about how the parts connect, how they work, and maybe I'll save you from destroying one of your figures in order to try the same custom. Yeah, and I tried it one time before, like I said, but this time I thought I could do it. I really thought I could do it. All right, good journey, you guys. Hey, Mike. Yes, they do have the new Thundercats. That's true, Eric. All right, good journey, you guys. I'm looking for Lion-O 2, bro. All right. Bye now.